The lip area is also another area where you have to be very careful not to nick your client because the skin could get bit by the teeth of the trimmer. Moving on to the back side, we're starting off with our gold FX and we're creating our first guideline. Now that we're done balding them out, we're going to go ahead and debulk with our 3 guard all the way open. Now that we're done debulking, we could create our second guideline with our no guard all the way open. Remember, we're going to use the lever to blend this line out all the way closed and midway. Now that we're done erasing our initial guideline, we can move on to the 1 guard all the way open and create our third guideline. We are nearing the occipital bone, so you want to make sure you take more time and detail. Now that we're done softening up the line with the 1 guard, we can move on to the half guard and erase the line completely. Now we're using our 2 guard all the way open, creating our fourth guideline. This is near and on top of the occipital bone, so you want to make sure you're cutting properly. Now that we're done softening up the line with the 2 guard, we can move on to the 1.5 guard and erase the line completely. Remember, sometimes there's still a faint line after using this guard, so moving on to the 1 guard all the way open will help. Now we're using our 3 guard all the way open, creating our 5th guideline, and we're feeding the hair into the clipper with the comb. Remember to flick out with your clipper. Now that we're near the silhouette area, we're moving on to our clipper over comb method, and we're going to debulk using our vertical and horizontal blends. Again, I hope you guys are enjoying the video. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. It's greatly appreciated, man. Thank you. Now that the hair is nice and saturated, we're creating our first guideline through the middle of the capitis, then connecting it to the back and connecting it to the sides. Remember to stay consistent as possible with that same guideline. What's going on, guys? FadeitLuie here, bring guys a brand new video. We're going to be doing a mid-taper on my boy, so stay tuned. We started off by creating our first guideline, contouring to the back of his neck. Now that we're done balding him out, we can move on to our no guard all the way open and create our second guideline. Using your lever midway and all the way closed will help you erase that initial guideline. Now that we're done erasing our initial guideline, we can move on to the one guard all the way open and create our third guideline. Using the lever and the one guard, we're going to soften up the line and get it ready for the half guard. Now that we're done softening up the line, we can move on to the half guard and erase the line completely. Now we're going to move on to the two guard all the way open and use our comb to feed the hair into the clipper. Using this guard, we're going to use the lever to soften up the line and get it ready for the 1.5 guard. I hope you guys are enjoying the video. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. It's greatly appreciated, man. Thank you. Before we erase the line with our 1.5 guard, we're going to move on to our 3 guard all the way open and go ahead and stack our guard. Now we switched over to the 1.5 guard and we're going to erase the line completely. Sometimes there's still a faint line, so switching over to your 1 guard all the way open and using its corners will help you. Now I'm using the foreguard all the way open to debulk, and I'm also using the combs to feed the hair into the clipper. That is very important, because if you just go with your clipper, it's going to push the hair up and it won't cut properly. Now we're moving on to our clipper oval comb method, and we're continuing to blend into the rest of the fade. Remember to tilt your comb at a certain degree, whichever degree is needed, and to cut slowly so the hair feeds into the clipper. Now we're moving on to our shears. We're going to grab the hair and cut at a diagonal. Make sure you keep your fingers as straight as possible. You don't want to cut yourself. Of course, always add detail with your no guard all the way open and your one guard all the way open. Now that we're done with the back taper, we can move on to the neckline. I started off at the bottom and worked my way to the top arch, just like my C-cups. Remember to take your time, you don't want to arch this line too high.